Wait a minute. That's not what it's like to work here. That recruiting video's just a hunk of shit.
Morning, guys. All right, I'm excited for today. Today is going to be a 12-hour marathon again. So I have got 7 o'clock here locally as I have been kicking off this stream, or trying to kick off the stream this morning. And you know what? It's going to be 7 p.m. tonight before I wrap up. May have a break or two here in the middle, but that's just kind of where I'm at. So again, we're going to be using our good old faithful Gallig over here in order to be able to try and make sure that we are set up for any type of trades that we may have, but we're going to start off with one of our most basic and normal ones. Now, guys, bear with me. This is a long stream today, so, I may do some weird things like, eat something or take a break or have my daughter run in, you know, Um, so who knows what's going to happen? But what I do know is going to happen is that I'm going to play. I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to enjoy this. And God willing, the only thing that, that may interfere with anything on the daily stream is, or should I say, on one hand, God forbid, our internet goes down and has a problem, right? But if the only other thing that I think would make me take any type of extended step away is if I happen to get a phone call that is very important about an employment status right now. But other than that, today we are here just to have some fun. So, that said, I want to see if it's still going to let me fly both caterpillars today. So let's see how this works out. Standard Caterpillar number 1. It is on pad D00, so let's go ahead and see what we can do today with it. We are going to attempt one of our good old faithful trade routes. It's just one of my favorites to start off with. Which we will do a money check here in just a little bit. To be honest, I don't remember what kind of condition I actually left Caterpillar number 1 in. Let me see here. Let's get rolling. So we are headed to Sealand, Tram, and Myers. Does look like we have a little bit of traffic here at Port Olisar this morning. But that is alright. I know I saw another Caterpillar on the pad just in front of me as we were turning around. So hopefully it's a good day for some trading. Get a little short hop, skip, and a jump over here and get moving on towards Sealand. Let's find ourselves our location, Tram and Myers. As the one thing I can say here that I always struggle with is picking out the general spot that Tram and Myers should be at. There it is. Some of these more populated planets and moons, what I mean by that is the ones that have a few more destinations for us to take a look at. Those are the ones that usually give me a little grief, and I don't like to sit there and use mobiGlas to plot everything. It doesn't give me any flexibility if I get jumped by a pirate or something. So forgive me, I might have a little bit of breakfast while we go. Boy, that is a struggle, isn't it? Being able to see that. What speed are we going? It's like we're in reverse right now. Cluster 1, good morning. What is up, sir? How are you doing this morning? Thank you for stopping by, man. I really appreciate it. We are going to overshoot Tram and Myers. I was looking over at you. Nice COVID day. Well, hopefully that doesn't mean that you are suffering from the vid right now. But, yeah. I'm glad you could join us on this COVID day. So, dude, today is just about chilling and chatting and having some fun. You know what? I'm marathoning it again. Let's find our landing spot here. And my camera angle is a little weird. I don't have it high enough because I almost missed Tram and Myers yet again. So let's get this big old girl landed. Caterpillar absolutely is one of the best ships. This is by far and hands down my most favorite ship. Man, I farmed forever. I farmed forever with a prospector to get this. At least so it seemed. I put a lot of hours into that prospector to bank up in game the 4.6 million that it takes to buy it. But to be honest, I really, really enjoy this ship. The flight model behind it is absolutely fantastic. I like to refer to it as like this thing flies like a Cadillac compared to some of the other cars that are, or some of, not cars, ships that are out there, right? It is an absolute dream to fly. Well, there's the Fleet Week, which I believe is a free flight week. So I don't know, and you're going to get a chance if you're part of that to fly any ship that's in the game. I have to check. I want to say it's coming up here pretty quick, Cluster 1. I haven't been on the forums, admittedly so. Some of the guys that I follow, as far as streams as well, but it's open to the public. All you do is download the game, create a user profile, and then you get access to a whole ton of ships. And then what'll end up happening is that they're trying to get new people to join up and actually at that point purchase ships, get into the game, which is fine. But the Caterpillar, from my understanding, um, the Caterpillar only ever really becomes available during their anniversary sales, which are in November. Oh yeah, trust me, I would have bought the cat straight off the gate, or straight out the gate, had there have been one available to me. Um, Now, one of the things, and this is when I first joined. I never really confirmed it, but one of the things that I was told was that there's a pirate version of the Caterpillar, and I could see that online. But the only access to that one was to be able to do um, your arena commander and beat the swarm mission completely, and then that would make it available during those sale weekends, the occasional ones that they would put together throughout the year, to be able to buy a Caterpillar for real cash. So that's kind of the skinny, to the best of my knowledge right now, on the Caterpillar and what you can do with it. But um, I mean, there's always the really expensive way to do it, and I don't really want to truly advocate it a ton. Ultimately, one of the things you can do is online. Let's go ahead and plot this course real quick. Um, yeah, the HUD in this thing is fantastic. The only complaint that I have about the HUD in this particular vehicle is, let me see if I can focus in on it. If you kind of watch where my crosshairs are aiming, this little bar right here does tend to get in the way when you're actually trying to get this to have a cleaner view. But as far as the rest of this, I can't complain at all. The HUD is fantastic. Alright, let's see. Where are we going today? We are headed out to Delamar. Let's get that. We should be heading through OM1. It should be directly in front of us. Anyway, but the really expensive way to get a hold of this sucker in real currency, um, and I don't recommend it, because if they decide that they're going to do a wipe, you lose stuff, and you only get to keep whatever you bought and paid for. Yeah, is you can buy 20,000 UEC at a time through the website, through Robertson's website. And you could buy enough, theoretically, to get in-game currency enough to be able to buy the Caterpillar. Again, we are talking a ton of money to do it, and if they reset stuff, you've lost it. So, not one I recommend. Ultimately, just kind of stick with either wait for the thing to go on sale and buy it in real cash, or you might be able to find it on the gray market. Something else I don't recommend, but there's definitely a big trade market that's out there for some of these ships. And bear with me, man. I'm going to be eating a little bit here and there throughout the day just because it's an all-day stream. So that way I don't have to really get up and take a long break. So, Cluster, I don't remember because I've seen you in stream before. Where are you from? That is right, Turkey. I know I've asked you that before, but it's been a little bit, and I just was kind of struggling to kind of recall there. You know, it's funny. A lot of the traffic that this little channel gets is actually from um, over there in the Europe area. It's kind of amazes me. I don't know if it's maybe because when I choose to start streaming, or if it's really more or less just the European bloc and that whole Europe area wants to check out smaller channels. So, based upon the numbers that I'm seeing, yeah, crowded chats can tend to be a bit overwhelming. I mean, I'd be lying to you if I didn't tell you that I would love to have a crowded chat, because I really do. Um, I really want to see a crowded chat at some point in time, because that just means the channel's growing. But for now, yeah, it's a much more quaint kind of group to get together. And good morning, Mr. Bulldops. I am glad to see you here this morning. We got some marathoning to do. Let's freak out old boy here as I kick into Quantum. So, Mr. Cluster, what do you do for a living? Oh, you're a developer. Nice. Very nice. Was a I was a business analyst for a very long time with my last organization. So I was the guy figuring out what those specs were and sending them over to you guys. So let's just say I've been in the software development game for a long time. Um, well, I know you got the channel name of Tabletop Nerdcast, but feel free to call me Bio or Mike or whatever. I go by Aft Biohazard. But I am from Texas. I'm here in the States, down in the Houston area. Alright, I'm going to check chat here in just a second. I want to get landed and get this cargo safe real quick. really kind of hoping to come in a little cleaner than that, but it's all good. She's a big girl. Okay, let's check chat. Alright, sorry about that. That's one of those tight landings that's really difficult to get in and out of here. Good morning, Ethan. I see that you have joined us this morning. We try to develop game Mobius style. We need to give up our jobs. Dude, man, I'm sorry. That's terrible. But I mean, that is definitely a reality of what is going on with COVID and how the world is reacting to it right now. I really wish we would have had better information when this thing kicked off out of China. You know, I mean, if governments would work together a little bit nicer and a little bit better, we might be in a better situation where people had the information they needed in order to be able to fight some of this before it really got to a bad point. I mean, I'm not going to minimize it. I will say that I do recognize that even the annual flu does kill more people than COVID has to date, but COVID is significantly more, transferable between people. So, I get it. This one's rough. You know, if people use some common sense, wear a mask, and keep their distance from other folks, and wash their hands, keep everything clean, we're definitely going to be in a position where we're going to help keep the disease from spreading. And that's all we can do. That's what we can do as people. Just be responsible. But enough about the vid. Okay, back to about our gaming. So, Ethan, if I remember correctly, you are from Africa, correct? What part of Africa are you from? Well, bull drops. I I don't blame everyone. I will say that I do question what happened with the World Health Organization. Now, maybe they were getting misinformation themselves, but my understanding was the World Health Organization was supposed to be government agnostic, and it just didn't appear to be that way based upon the info that was being shared with us. That's my own conspiracy theory, and we'll just leave it there. So we're not in Hangar 1. Let's try Hangar 4. And I think had we have gotten enough information properly and out that we might have been in a better position. I'm willing to have the chat go wherever the chat's going to go, because, I just want to make sure that we're definitely keeping it interesting for folks that are jumping in and out, because today is, truthfully, on our Twitch TV stream, a recruiting day. Trying to build those followers, trying to get the following stream up so that we can hit our associate level with Twitch TV. So it looks like we got some people popping in and out, guys. Today is about keeping chat rolling, so I want everybody going. All right, so there is our favorite Russian. Again, the European bloc and that side of the world is showing up strong this morning. To be honest, I am down to 7 more followers before we hit that point, Mr. Bulldops. So that is, usually we pick up 1 or 2 a day, and I'm good with that. But I was kind of hoping that maybe just my impatience, we can try and get that kicked up and over a little bit. So that's really where I'm at. It's not a whole lot. We just got to be able to get people to view the stream. Unfortunately, small channels, yeah, so close, Mr. Bulldrops. Small channels in Twitch's feed get pushed way down to the bottom, and it's based upon total views. So that's kind of where the struggle is making sure that we get that we get some people to stumble in and show us what's going on. So longer streams tend to help with that. Thank you for hosting, Mr. Bulldrops. I really do appreciate it. Let's see if we can pull some people that way. Ethan, I am glad he downloaded it. He is going to fall in love with the game, but it's going to be one of those love-hate relationships. It's going to be one where he's going to get frustrated with 30Ks and other things that happen, but hey, I guarantee you he's going to get addicted to this game. Everyone I've shown it to so far has run out and grabbed it and just absolutely fallen in love with the game. Let's see now. Let's get this big old girl on the road. There's another aircraft there. Let's get past him because I don't know what his intentions are. All right. Yes, sir. There are definitely a lot of Russians. Who knows? Maybe you can get all your Russian friends to kind of hop over here and click on the stream and give us a good follow. But I will say this, it does appear that right now a portion of our traffic is actually sitting over on our YouTube side. But I'm glad to have anybody wherever we can get them. Again, bear with me, guys. I brought my breakfast up here with me, so I'm just going to quickly snag a little bite here off to the side. So let's just make sure that we keep chat going and keep it interactive, and let's have some fun with chat, and, you know, that way we can make sure everybody feels included this morning. Or this afternoon or evening. Just depends on where you're at in the world right now. Well, this morning's New Church's breakfast was brought to you by toast. Now, actually, this morning was just it was a banana, and I made a couple pieces of toast afterwards. So something light. Learn Russian. As a professor, you'll broadcast to the entire galaxy. You know, while on this hiatus right now, I could try and learn my Russian, but I'm not sure it's going to come out very well. I might end up pissing more people off than I would making followers. Because we all know, anytime you learn a new language, the first thing you learn is how to curse in it. Besides, I think my wife would think I was crazy if I started trying to learn Russian. Um, Ethan, if what you're asking is how do you play in the ship that I'm playing in now, it is a pain to try and get a hold of. You cannot buy the game. You cannot buy the ship for cash yet. It has to be earned in game. Once a year in November, I think they sell this ship. The only other way for you to play this game is for you to buy a package, and it's 45 US dollars to get the basic package in this game. And then you just download it and play from there. Alright, I am going to need fuel, so I have to make sure I land her just right. So let's see where we're at. We are way back here. Alright, let's see. Hopefully that puts us in a position where we are ready to fuel. And no. How much fuel do we have, though? Let's get in there and double check. So we have enough to make it back if we have to. This is interesting because we should have been able to fuel where we landed. That's kind of odd. Did I not come forward enough? Maybe. Alright, we'll take off, re-land, see if we can grab some fuel right after this is said and done, and see if it works. Do some experiments this morning. Now, the funny thing is, I need to be able to pull out the second caterpillar and see if it still exists today. Because it's still showing here. Let's find out. We're here at Port Olisar. Let's go ahead and find out. Let us... No, I don't want to claim. You're there. You're just not parked right. Let's pull out caterpillar number 2. I think you're going to tell me that you can't do it, but then we're going to take a look at the pad and see what's going on, because I see a ship now sitting out there. Right? And there's a caterpillar. Let's go see if it's parked backwards. Again, because if it did, then the game gifted us a second caterpillar, which is absolutely fantastic. I will take that glitch any day, because that would be a 4.6 million credit glitch in my favor. It appears to have done so. So I want to check how, when you pull this thing out, it's looking at the feet. It's looking at the feet back here based upon that. So maybe that's how we land. We come in, we rotate, and then we land like that. Maybe that will satisfy our fueling issues. Oh, wrong turn at Albuquerque. The game is expensive, but in the future it will probably plug everything in space. Someone in the game wakes up. I'm gonna go with a loose translation on that and say the game is or can be expensive, depending on what ship you really decide to go for. But I do agree. I think it's going to absolutely destroy most of the other simulators and space flight simulators that were out there, and that are out there. And there are going to be people who get frustrated with the game, and there are going to be people who don't care for it one way or another. But everybody's got to make their own opinion. Everybody's got to find their own way with it. To be honest, I don't know when the final game will be released. It's basically been in alpha for 7 to 8 years now, and it really became playable with I want to say it was one of the 3-point patches. Right now, we're in 3.9, so it's getting closer. They are doing what is called they're changing it from DirectX to Vulkan, which makes the development a little bit easier. So hopefully we'll see some some much more rapid development of other aspects of the game, new areas, things like that. Now that we're aimed in the general right location, let's get some speed up and get down to the ground. Okay, now we need to put on some brakes. Get her slowed down, not overheat her. There's our light posts, and let's go ahead and bring this girl down and around the right way. Because that right there is our landing spot here at Tram & Myers. Yeah, every project that you do is always going to run into some issues, right? I think the biggest issue that they face right now is there was some litigation that they were trying to work through and work out. And I personally, again, don't know the status of that, but I do know that they are continuing to move forward and they are continuing to make progress. So, um, Chris Roberts has been around for a very long time and he's made some quality games. And I have every reason to believe in the world that he is going to finish this game, um, even if it's just he has to barrel through it for a very long time. Um, in my opinion, this is going to be better than Eve in the long run. I believe that it's going to be, that it's already got better potential than Elite Dangerous. Um, so, I just kind of roll with that. So I want to welcome whoever jumped in over on Twitch. Feel free to jump into chat and be as interactive as possible. Um, I just like to go back and forth with viewers. I have folks on YouTube that are chatting right now, and I respond live while we're playing here. So, a good morning to you. And as of right now, we've got folks from all over the globe that are sitting in the stream. So, bear with me if it seems like we've got some broken communication taking place there, but we have our favorite Russian friend on. We have our favorite African friend on. Earlier we had, and I'm not sure if Cluster 1 is still here, he's being a little quiet, but we have a gentleman from Turkey on. So we've got some folks from all over the place. No, I'm being serious there, my favorite Russian friend. We I do think that he is going to finish the game. Well, continue to listen, Cluster. We're good there. Yeah, I got plenty of sleep last night. I was refreshed and ready to go, man. I don't know if you can tell, there's a different energy this morning. I was excited. I wasn't planning on doing a full marathon today, and then as I got upstairs and got things set up in my office and ready to go, I was like, you know what? Forget it. Marathon day. Let's have some fun. Oh, I love this approach, man. When we get to see Crusader in our windshield, or our HUD there, because this one is the most stable approach to our destination. We just get to hit OM1 and then head straight on over. And besides, as we're doing this all-day event, hopefully we can get a few more followers over on the Twitch side, because that's the only way when you hit affiliate status to unlock a few things, and maybe we can start doing some giveaways. Even if it's just some simple small stuff at the beginning, it'd be nice to be able to get some giveaways out and about. Ooh, lighting shading issues. Alright, that is glitch number 1 for the day. Alright, now we can actually go into our third person view. Yeah. We got some shader issues. Let's jump to the other side where the sun's at. Get a much better picture of this girl. So, my favorite Russian friend there, I am assuming, and forgive my ignorance because I don't live there, so I'm not sure. But I'm assuming that means you live up in the northern tundra area, um, or more towards like the Siberian side of Russia or the Soviet Union. Because the conditions that you're describing here in your chat about, it's very rare for the sun and where winds are up to 40 meters per second, that all reminds me of, some of the Arctic Circle kind of conversations for like where, what happens in northern Alaska. Now, the only thing I wish they didn't have here was, instead of putting Covalix on the side here, I wish they'd take and put my org name on there. I'd be much happier with that. Maybe one of these days that's what Chris Roberts will do, is he'll get them to add that into the game. Should be coming up on Delmar pretty quick. And then after we get done with this particular run, I'll open up my wallet and show you guys where we are sitting financially. Yesterday turned out to be a very fruitful day, and I was very happy with that. Fuddy Duddy Gamer, thank you for the follow. That helps us. We are one step closer to our goal for the day. I very much so appreciate it. So, feel free to sound off in chat, man. ask away, ask any questions. I don't care whether they're personal or whether they're game related. It's just a day. All right, fair enough. My Russian friend there. Um, I will respect your wishes on that. That definitely is not a problem. I will keep that part off to myself. But it is good to know. Alright, looks like we had a few more people jump in over on the Twitch stream, guys. Welcome to the stream. Feel free to jump into chat. I have YouTube going, simulcast, as I have my Twitch feed going. And I do have a consolidated chat off to the side that I will look at periodically here and there. Let's see, let's bring this girl in here. We are just starting off with some of my favorite trades in the game because they're relatively quick, they're relatively simple. You get some good money out of it. Caterpillar makes you a good chunk of change as you use it. All the feeds, huh? Thanks, Mr. Bulldops. Now, I do have to get to a point where, at some point, I have to make a choice of whether or not I'm going to take the consolidated chat box and throw that up as a window on the stream so that everybody can see what's going on. Because it may sound really weird and confusing, because I would like to be able to continue to stream to both locations. Let's see, where are they going to put us? Our favorite one that is a pain in the butt to land in. Alright, we got it. We got this. That is the only problem here at Levski, is having a ship this size is difficult to make sure that you get it in here properly. And yes, I know it looks like we're going to crash, but that's going to disappear here momentarily. Just something with the programming. Let's see, are you going to let us fuel? Again, no fuel for me. That is gonna get to a point where it's gonna be a problem here pretty quick. We still have 8,000 in here, so we can definitely make it back to Port Olisar. Let me see now. Let's get rolling. Not the one I wanted. I want out this way. So let's see, as soon as I drop this off, what kind of cash we're sitting on today. Because my buddy, Chad, he hadn't been able to get on the last few days. His shop opened back up, so he's been able to He's been fortunate enough to be able to get back into work. But he is sitting on about 1 million UEC from some of the trades that we've done, and I've transferred funds over to him. So he has 1 million off to the side. And I know for a fact that we will see him later on this evening for a few hours. Breath Hedge Game. Cluster 1, I am not familiar with Breath Hedge Game. What's it about? No, I don't have it. I don't know anything about that game. That's why I was asking. What's it about? Okay, let's take a look at where we ended up. 1.56 million so far. That's what I'm sitting on in my bank. Chad has over 1 million, so we are sitting on a combined 2.5 million. Now, I am curious. Let's see. We are in Caterpillar number 2, right? I want to know that if I claim number 1 here, and I know I've got a 37-minute delivery, if I use the original Caterpillar, we're having refueling issues, so I'm going to work my way around it a different way. Okay, so the best trading in the game cluster. By far, hands down, if we're... Okay, there's a couple of ways to look at it. Let me jump over into the ship, get us rolling again, get us into Quantum, and I'll pull up the application that I use. I started testing it out a few days ago, and it's pretty accurate. The quantities that some locations take is a little bit different. Alright, so mineral-wise, Quantium right now is the top mineral for ship minables. Now, as far as one of your most profitable, it's Laranite from ship minables. And then Agricium. So that's really your primary. Hand minables, Haydenite. Haydenite is stupid valuable when you do hand mining. It's like 275 credits per unit that you mine. It's insane how valuable that is. Let's see. Let's get this girl going. Like I said, I'm going to pull up my application for you to be able to see here. Alright, let's get our course plotted. Again, I'm not forgetting you here. I just want to get us under route. And then that way you can see what I use in-game to make a lot of decisions on my trades. And how to figure out where to go. Yeah, I can open F1. Just a second. So we're about to hop into Quantum, and then I'll do that for you. Alright, we're going into Quantum. Alright, so Cluster, here's my F1, just for you. So obviously, I'm not running a crime stat, but I am at 1.56 million right now. Before the reset, I was at 2.7. My goal was to try and buy a Hammerhead, and you need 12 in order to be able to pull that one off. Alright, so trading. Got a minute or two while that's running. Oh, I started from 0 when they did the reset. I had nothing. So I use this tool called Gallig, okay? And there's a lot of stuff that sits in here. So what I usually do is you can take whatever ship you own. You can say how much money you have. So let me put in 1.5 million. You can say wherever you're at, right? So if I wanted to say, for example, Sealand, right? Tram & Myers, which is one of my favorites to run. And then I want to find out where I can go. I leave that blank and just hit calculate. Okay? So what that does is that reruns all the calculations down here and tells me what the most profitable run is based upon what I want to look at. So right now, based upon the dollar values that are available, Diamond is not the most popular run. I should be loading up on Titanium. So that's if I'm going for total money. If I wanted to make the most profitable run, then you look for margin. So between Diamond and Titanium, they're the same, at least in profit on this particular time. But Corundum actually makes more margin per unit sold. So I don't want to bore you with any of that nonsense. You have a chance. Most people will just look at this and say, what's the biggest number I can make? So this is the one that if you're trying to make money quick, you take more risk and you just deal with this one. So that'll probably be what we run this time, is just Titanium. But you can do this for any location. And you'll come up with some good numbers in order to know what's going on. So again, that is called the Gallig app. That thing is fantastic if you're trying to figure out what you can do with your ships and how to do it. No, it's not static. It updates. I don't know how they do it, but it appears to update. I don't think I purchased any hydrogen, did I? Let's find out. Nope, my cargo bays are empty, so... That is Yila. So we are on our way to Sealand again. We're going to run some Titanium. So yeah, at the end of the day, all those tools that are out there are just meant to be reference tools. There's some spreadsheets that are out there, and if you don't want to go through Gallig and you just want a very quick, simple version of it, let's find Tram and Myers again. There's the research outpost. There we go. If you don't want to do that one, there's another one that I first started out with. Mate, dang it. They didn't flag me down. Now I got a crime stat. That's... Oh, come on. Really? That's just unfair. Well, so the police in the game really were trying to just, stop me, but they didn't give me a message until after I spooled up. So, yeah, straight up, that's just gonna be what it is. So now I have a crime stat to deal with. And we all know that unfortunately, well, maybe my stuff is reset, because the other day I was having some system issues. So let's see if I can take this load of material and go sell it. And yeah, cluster cops on 3.7. I understand that. A lot of people complained about those. Unfortunately, well, fortunately, I never had to deal with them. I started at 3.8 myself. The very early days of 3.8, when 3.8 just clicked over. So we'll see if we can get some titanium, get landed, get everything done, and then I'll see if I can get shot down or something, or do something stupid. And I don't want to increase my crime stat. The 1 is fine because I want a very short prison sentence. But of course, it would be one of those scenarios where I'm dealing with a crime stat now, and a 12-hour marathon stream. Yeah, I will. My favorite Russian friend there. We we have a goal in mind, and we seem to be getting there very quickly in general. So I will be investing back into some in-game stuff so that the cash does not get lost. Now, since it's a crime stat of 1, I wonder if I can just pay a $20,000 fine at a standard terminal and it'll go away. I think that's probably the case. Yeah, Fuddy, I think we had the exact same thought at the exact same time. I'm glad you typed that in there. But I'm on my way back to Levski, and they also have a terminal, so I might try and access that one there and see what I can do. But it doesn't have to be in the same system. When we get back to Port Olisar, we'll give it a shot. Alright, so it's telling me titanium right now is actually the best one for funds. So we're going to do that. We're going to take on a 400,000 risk and see what we got. 425. You know, Cluster, I have never done the hacking one yet. I have it on my to-do list, but I don't think that I'm gonna. I don't think that I'm gonna try it for today's stream because I do think that I'd run into a situation where I'd end up in a very bad position. Now, if for whatever reason I end up with like a crime stat 5, maybe that becomes the new goal of the stream for the day. But I am not trying to get there. You know, now I'll be honest with you, Cluster. I've seen some videos and stuff like that on what to do. You know, go get the card, get the spike. You know, head to one of the comm locations, hack into the terminal, kill some guards. Yeah, it's definitely very interesting. You know, we are right here, and if we go, we might be able to protect that cargo. Let's go ahead and head to Port Olisar and see if we can get this cleaned. I have no problems giving up the, you know, giving up 20K in order to be able to pull that off. So good morning, YouTube. I do see quite a few more people sitting over on our YouTube stream. I don't have the YouTube and the Twitch chats combined, but feel free to type in chat. I do have them combined on my screen, but not for the stream viewers themselves. Just want to sit and be able to interact and enjoy and have a good time. So feel free to ask questions, and I don't care whether they're game related or just questions in general. I'm here to have fun this morning. So, Port Olisar, come on. We can use some gas anyway, if it'll let us get it. Why does it feel like we're still throttling? Because we are. We may overshoot. Or maybe not. My kingdom to put my joysticks back down. Good morning, America. Glad to see you on. How are you doing today? Really happy you were able to join us. Alright, we said we wanted to get here, rotate this ship, and park it like it puts it on the pad when you first come out. And see if that helps. So let's try that. Just drop her down. And see if that will let us fuel. It will. Good to know. Oh, I'm not worried about that one. Just need quantum fuel for right now. So, America, how is the new PC running? I know you said you were getting it up and running yesterday. So, how did everything go? Sorry guys, I know this is a boring screen, but unfortunately that is the price of space trucking. You do have to put gas in the tank, so yeah, this particular one does take a little bit of time to fill up. We should be done here momentarily though. So before we even exit the vehicle, that should be full. So you need a new screen because yours isn't HDMI. Whoop, 30K for you. All right. Sorry about that, bro. So, America, I don't know what kind of plug your screen has, but they do have adapter cables that you can get very, very quickly from a lot of different stores that will take and transfer to a HDMI. I know because I'm running one right now. Let's see if we can get rid of this crime stat really quickly. Oops, somebody's shooting. Please don't say you're shooting at my ship. I'm gonna get some stuff sold. Sell everything from that Caterpillar at 890. So 890 is more than what we can make at Levski. Wow, or yeah. So we're gonna sell what we can. They took it all. That's nice. That was a pleasant surprise. So 1.63 today so far. We're doing pretty well. Let's log in and pay our fines. Let's be good star citizens. It's only 20,000. All right. Let's see. Does that take care of us? And crime stat gone. There we are. I will take it. Fully fueled bird, plenty of money in our pockets, and no crime stat. Price of doing business. So you guys think I can maybe hit the 2 million mark today? If everything goes pretty well? I mean, we're about 400K out right now, so it might be a pretty profitable thing to do. Then maybe we'll grab the mining rig and run out with the mining rig for a little bit, and after that, maybe we'll grab out the Gladius and see if we can go. I did re-outfit the Gladius the other day. Put it all in energy weapons and upgraded the shields and quantum drives and everything else like that. Maybe we can run and do either some bounty hunter or some merc missions. Try a couple of other things today once we hit our 2 million mark. But if Port Olisar is taking titanium and they're taking it at that price, we're going to make some quick bursts back and forth. Because we won't even have to fuel for several of those. And if we ever get to the point where Port Olisar is not going to take that titanium at that rate, then, or even in that quantity, we'll just bounce on over to Levski, get a quick sale, and head right back on over. Only thing we have to worry about at this point is some pirates. So, where is Tram? There it is. Tram and Myers. Yes, my Russian friend. There are definitely times when you can't get to the landing pad or the landing points. I've experienced that plenty of times, um, especially at Port Olisar. Whatever terminal you're in, if somebody has a large ship sitting on the pad, there's only one per terminal. So that is a challenge. It puts you in a queue, or you can EVA over to another one, and you can try and pull the ship out on another pad that does not have a large ship on it. Sometimes that helps as well. Let's see. So we got 20 kilometers to get out to here. And it'll be a nighttime landing. So at least we'll be able to see the location a little bit better. It'll be lit up in the dark. Alright, let's throttle that back. Kill the spooled drive and kick on over into our third-person view. There you go. You can see that off in the distance now, that little white patch that's lit up over there. That is one good thing about jumping into the third-person view here, especially on approaches. At night, you can see damn near everything you want. Now, sometimes it's hard to pick out like where the landing pad is because of the way the illumination is, but at least you know where the actual location is. So we will spin this big old girl sideways and then go ahead. Whoops, wrong key. Strafe. And then we will bring her in for a landing right about here. And let's go get some stuff. Alright, so America, you don't have to worry about feeling like you're bothering me, man. You're not bothering me at all. But I do encourage you, go ahead and get in the game. Get, you know, feel free to you know, hang around and, you know, get some practice in. If you do happen to end up in the same server as AFT Biohazard, then by all means, hit me up. Maybe I'll take you for a ride on the Caterpillar. We'll do a trade route together. Get you some extra cash. Alright. Titanium. You are going to be my best friend for this run. Let's see what we can do. Caterpillar. Titanium. 755 a shot. Another 425,000 investment. Now, my favorite trade in the game, unfortunately, is one that requires a long-distance haul, and it's risky. It is about 330k of an investment, but you can make between 70 and 80k just dropping it off. But the problem is you got to fly across the entire known, you know, Stanton system to be able to do it. And you can only do it in limited quantities in the first place. It takes about an hour and a half for the supply to resupply. So it's not something that you get to do all the time. We may visit that one here at some point in time today as well. And the funny thing is it's relatively a safe trade. Not many people do it, and just because of the distance that's involved. Well, I will say that I was paying attention to chat and I navigated over to the wrong side, but that is such a beautiful picture of Crusader. So now that I've provided you guys with that lovely view, we're going to run back over here. Yeah, America, be prepared. You are going to experience a lot of 30Ks. It is what it is. Right now, they're working on some stability patches. And I know there's one in PTU right now. It's 3.9.0 or S. 3.90 S. There we go. And that is supposed to help with some of the stability issues that people are experiencing with the 30Ks right now. A few little minor bug fixes. I don't know when that is going to be released to the production environment, to the persistent universe. My expectation is it should be no more than another week or so before that is out. Ooh, I think I turned upside down. I did. Alright, let's get resituated. The fastest way to recognize if your approach is wrong is underneath the landing pads. They've got these triangles that are down there. You see them? So you can see that. And it kind of gives you a good point of view on whether or not you're coming in right. Oh, somebody's got a hawk. Messing around with their EMP devices. As long as you don't do that while I'm trying to land and be an absolute jerk, I'm okay with that. But we will come in on a shallow approach just in case. You do that and it makes us want to crash. Wait, that's not a hawk, that's a freelancer and he was just pinging his radar. Whatever, dude. Okay. No worries. Yeah, you know, I love Port Olisar. I mean, a lot of people hated it, especially with the pad rammers and the pirates back in the day. But I'm going to be honest with you, since the prison system came out in 3.9, I'm seeing a lot less of it. I guess people are really not digging having to actually go to jail for acting like an, well, pardon my statement here, but acting like an ass in game. The more they want to troll you, the more they lose out on what they feel is good gameplay. But yeah, like I said, I really dig Port Olisar. It's simple, it's clean, it's easy to get in and out of. You can do pretty much everything that you want to do here for the most part. I can't really complain about it. You know, to me, this is what the R&Rs really should have been like. maybe have have an elevator level that takes you down to a few more shops, and that's it. But hey, we'll see what happens, because ain't nothing wrong with any of them, right? So 890. So the price is starting to drop on our sale, but they're still going to take it all, and we're still going to make a good chunk of change here. We're at almost 1.7 million. And this is a 12-minute round trip run. So guys, if you have access to do it, I would suggest grabbing yourself some freighters, getting in there and doing this, because that's pretty good profit margin for only 12-minute run. My favorite Russian friend there. Yes, indeed. Port Olisar was the first place that I chose as well. I didn't have any clue or understanding what I was selecting on those first couple of choices. And so I agree. I was born in Port Olisar, and I will die in Port Olisar, and that is just how it's going to be. Until the developers take it out of the game. Why do I keep wanting to turn right? I don't know. My brain is just... It's anti-NASCAR right now. Let's get this girl turned around and get back. We're gonna make this. We're gonna make the profit any way we can make the profit. And if it's a short run, it's a short run. Because that is what trading is like in the verse. You get what you can get when you can get it. And I think I did mention it, but I did fully upgrade my Gladius, so I'm really itching to, once we get to that 2 million mark, to kind of take it out and maybe go do a few things with that, maybe some missions. I'll take a 1-minute break while I get my joysticks set up on the desktop, because I like to fly dual flight sticks whenever I'm in that machine. Then maybe we'll go do something, run out, get a kill or two, do a couple things there. So, who else do we have on Twitch this morning? I'd kind of like everybody to sound off a little bit. I know we had Cluster 1, we have America, I know we've got Mr. Bulldops. There's a couple more out there that are potentially lurking. But, again, I'd like to say hi to you, so type up in chat. Because if you're enjoying what you're seeing, and hopefully you do, we are trying to gain a few followers, so regulators mount up. There's a blast from the past. And we are going to shoot right past our destination. Okay. Your regulators comment got me. I have to give you 2 thumbs up on that one. You're taking me back a few years there, buddy. Might have to bust out with some Tootsie Roll or something. Which one, Regulators or Tootsie Roll? And are you surprised this old white guy knows that? Yes, that is exactly how that went. Now, the funny thing is I used to be a 2 Live Crew fan back in the day. And now they're basically considered soft and gentle music. It's interestingly enough that they were banned way back in the day on the radio. Matter of fact, I think the Tootsie Roll was one of the songs that me and my ex-wife used to dance to many, many, many years ago when I would go out clubbing all the damn time. Bull drops for the win. Yes, Amish Paradise is still an awesome one. I still can't listen to that. I still can't listen to the regular version of it without just singing Amish Paradise. It's impossible for me these days. Weird Al Yankovic has just done so many incredible parodies of songs that I uh, I just love it. Okay, so we are fully loaded down again. We are creeping ever closer to our goal. I am really glad Port Olisar right now is buying this in the bulk that they're buying it in. So lesson to you kiddos out there, always take advantage of whatever you happen to stumble into as far as, who's buying what and when they're buying it and for how much, because you never know what... I jumped way too soon. You never know what may end up being a very lucrative, quick trade route for you. So, my Russian friend, I know that there are many words that can't be translated, per se. Um, but I do not smoke the reefer. And no, I'm not offended by you saying anything. I know I'm acting kind of goofy and silly this morning, which is fine. But I've never needed the hippie lettuce. Now, those that want to, you do you, man. I have no problems with it as long as it just doesn't affect me. Just be responsible. Don't get behind the wheel. I know you may only go 5 miles an hour and be eating Funyuns and Cheetos, but just don't get behind the wheel. Alright, so Mr. Bulldrops. Yes, I remember the song by Bill, was it Bill Covington? I think it's, yeah, it's called Dear Penis. Yes, I do. I also remember a fabulous song called Prison Bitch. Um, there are quite a few out there that are the singing comedian songs, and I've already, said that before on stream that one of my favorite types of music is always been the singing comedians. And those that brought most of those singing comedians into my life were my children. So I give every one of my children kudos for bringing singing comedians into my life. And again, we are upside down. So let's rotate this. Well, kids are always going to be kids. They're always going to bring you the most crazy thing that they can find because they think it's hilarious. And as a parent, you're supposed to be appalled and go, I can't believe that my child is doing this. And then at the same time, the moment they walk out the door, as an adult, I can honestly admit where you go and say, damn, that was funny as crap. All right, so America, if you're watching the stream right now, I'm going to show you how to scan a ship. You look over at the ship that you want to scan. You hit your tab button. As you're aimed at it, hold down your left mouse button, and that scan in progress will go up. And once it's done, it'll give you all the information behind that ship. Does that help? You're welcome, bud. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't request that spot, did I? Let's not get a parking violation. I was thinking about something else. Now let's back up and redo our approach because I was a little distracted there. But that is not a problem. Feather the throttle on the big old girl and drop her butt right onto the tarmac. There we go. So yeah, as you guys can see, this is turning out to be a very profitable run back and forth here. Now, the trade did lose about 10 cents off the primary trade value with our first go. So let's see what the second go is. Because again, I'm not right now. I'm still not trading based upon what's the best margin, the risk margin. I'm trading on what's going to be the best overall sale price at this point. Because right now it's all about the Benjamins. Hey, you know what? That's tomorrow's stream. We're going to call tomorrow's stream all about the Benjamins. Bear with me. All about the Benjamins. Okay. Sometimes, just you gotta do a few things here and there. Things kind of kick into your head. Now, unless there's something that's better titled that pops in my head later on. There's no need to pay attention to stupid people. I don't know how to say it. I would opt to go hiking. Little bit of a translation issue there, but yep. So is my camera frozen? I can hear you and see your screen, but it is frozen. You know what? Absolutely it is. That is something we are going to fix really, really quickly then. Just give me a second. So, let me sell this, and then I'm going to flip over here really quickly. And guys, if the stream hiccups on me, bear with me, because I am just going to reset it really quickly. And let's go from there. Let me jump over here, get this camera rebooted. 2 seconds here. Video capture device. Alright, so the stream is going to hiccup, guys. I apologize. It will take me 2 seconds to have this bad boy back up. Just long enough for me to reboot my Streamlabs, because that is actually what went down. So, don't head off. Those of you that may be on YouTube, you probably have to re-click on the live video from the page.